Good evening and welcome to the Invictus Racing League Tier 1 for our equal performance in partnership with gridfinder.com and Venturi Studios. We are here for round number 8 at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for this Tier 1 race. It should be quite interesting because Abu Dhabi not the easiest of circuits to get along with. My name is JPH and joining me in the commentary box as normal is Bruce Lee Harding. Good evening, Bruce.
Good evening, JPH. As you say, a tricky circuit, Abu Dhabi. Difficult to hook up a whole lap. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they cope in qualifying, and yeah, there's a lot like big points on the board potentially for a few guys today.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of Abu Dhabi is just getting through clean. I think making sure you don't clip the balls and don't crash in the pit lane on that pit exit.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone's done that yet this week at all. Crashed in the pit lane, but yeah, it is a tricky little left-hander at the bottom of the hill. An easy mistake to make, but as I said, I'm not sure we've seen one yet this week. So as a first time for everything, so who knows? We could see a mistake, and obviously it'd be a pretty devastating mistake with you having to do an entire lap before you could come and fix any damage incurred. But it's all hypothetical, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No one. I think we've got one person now coming out onto the track. I think that's a Williams, potentially of MDJ. There he is. And almost a little bit of downtime. Do you have the standings to hand there, Bruce?
I do actually indeed have the standings, yeah. So drivers, let's go drivers first, shall we? Emir Djokovic currently leads the championship by 20 points from Merck. Now, Emir's not here tonight, so it represents a great chance for Merck to close that gap to Emir. Could get it down to single figures, which would be good for him. Obviously, it's a shame for the Astons to be missing one drive in the Constructors, but I don't think that's going to hamper them too much. Ghost currently in third on 41 points. 2 points had Jeremy Clarkson, who's also not here tonight. Cameron Searles in fifth on 34 points, but I believe he's now been popped down into tier 2 due to his new controller setup. So he's now not in tier 1. MDJ in 6th on 33, Stinos 7th on 26, Conan 8th 21, Owen 9th on 18, and Beyondabor 10th on 17. So there's a good battle developing there for third place now in the championship, and as I say, a good chance now for Merck to close that gap. And in the constructors, Aston Martin have a slender 109-point lead over Ferrari, with McLaren sitting in third, AlphaTauri fourth, and Williams in fifth. So again, a nice battle developing in the constructors for second place, but the Aston's very much doing their best Red Bull impression.
Absolutely, and we're going board with Ash Tube. Ash Tube. He's on medium tyres, so it won't be quite the representative lap, but it'll be interesting to see how the car works on mediums. Cross the line up towards turn 1, down 3 gears into 4 to get it turned in, bring the power on, use as much curb as you can to open up 2 and bring in 3. Got to be careful with 3, don't want to run wide, you'll get invalidated lap, and also those curbs are horrible. Down to turn 5 now. 4 is a flick left on after 3. Through 5, long open hairpin now. Get the throttle down early because then you're going to carry his pace all the way down to the chicane of 6 and 7 whilst you got the DRS open. And you can kind of stay central down the straight because you want to be on the track kind of comes in a little bit. Down into third gear for Ash Tube. Going to keep it in third as we go through 7 over the crest. Bring the throttle in gently because of that crest. It will spin the rears. 8's just a flat left as you bring in the DRS zone, and then you're heading down to the turn 9. And Ash Tube obviously not going full throttle here. Let's see if we can find someone who might be. I think Spooked is on the lap. Give it a proper indication of turn 9 because turn 9 is a lot quicker than that. That Ash Tube was going through there. So we're just going through 6 and 7 with Spooked in the other Red Bull. Short shifting up to 4 to get the traction before the DRS zone. And now we head down towards 9 with him. Brought in last year, if I remember correctly. Just feed it in nicely Fifth gear, you've got to be careful. Lucky he's not invalidated there. He ran a little bit wide, just about kept it in bounds. 10, 11, 12 come at you thick and fast. Fourth gear out of 12 into 13 off camber. Got to be careful here. And then 14 again off camber where Latifi crashed. Easy to hit the wall there. Into 15 is flat, and then 16 the final corner. Take as wide entry point as you can. Fourth gear over the crest across the line. A 1:22.7 for Spooked.
Yeah, good starting laps there from the guys at front. MDJ there popping a 22.6 as well as Ghost. I think there's a bit more left in the tank there, based on times we've seen in the other tiers this week. I think we'll see maybe the 21s at some point during this. So yeah, just waiting for the likes of Merckx, and also I think Conan's had a pretty strong qualifying record recently as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what times these guys can do. Conan now currently in the last sector, just coming through Latifi's now. Not quite sure how he's doing on this lap, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise for all of us as he rounds the final corner. And Conan is a 22.2, so pole position provisionally, not quite in the 21s, but getting closer.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last time we raced in Abu Dhabi in IRL was season 15, 2 seasons ago on F1 22. Stinos set the pole time there, 1:23.266, so we are already faster, and I believe that was on the correct layout as well. Cross line for Stinos is a 1:22.4. Just slots himself into second. And Merckx, only a 1:22.7. I wonder if that's a bit of a banker lap for him, because that's unlike Merckx.
Yeah, I was just following him through the last sector, and it looked all nice and tidy, no dramas. So whether he made a small mistake earlier in the lap, not quite sure. I only picked him up in the third sector, but yeah, obviously he'll be looking to improve on that. As I say, he'll want to try and close that gap to Emir as much as he can tonight. He'll be looking a minimum at a podium really, and obviously ideally he'll want the win, but it's going to be difficult from fifth, so he's going to need to improve.
Owen coming around to start a lap by the looks of things. Across the line for McLaren. He now sole McLaren for now, after his teammate down now into tier 2. Corner 5 down the back straight. There's a Haas getting out the way. It could be Schizo or Martin, to be fair. Both are on circuit. I'm going to say a Schizo because Martin's just gone onto his lap. Down to the 6-7 chicane then for Owen. What does he do? Down to second gear for the turn in. Third gear for the exit of 7. He just looked a little bit, almost a little bit clumsy there. A little bit late in through 6, and he just tightened up 7 that little bit more. We head through 9 and up towards 10, 11, 12. Sweeping through. Under the hotel through Latifi's. Oh, the car trying to get away, and it does get away for Owen. Around Latifi's. Just getting on the power enough to make the back end move. So that's going to be a new set of tyres required for the McLaren.
Yeah, just currently on board with Martin. Probably currently setting a time, maybe a 10th currently off of Merckx time. So you're looking maybe around the 6th or 7th area here at the moment. Just coming through the last sector now. It's been quite a tidy lap. He's missed a couple of apexes, namely the chicane in the middle at the end of the first back straight. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. I think he's got a bit more time in the bank, but he comes across the line and goes 8th place, so just behind his teammate.
It's not a bad lap then from Martin. I believe he's Merckx on another fast lap. Has he gone for a second flyer here?
I'm sure we got Reska also on a fast lap at the moment. Possibly a little bit down on the time Martin just sat. Oh, Merckx goes to pole.
Yeah, 1:22.210, so 0.03 of a second. But that is, I believe, that is a second flying lap on that set of tyres. So that might explain why his first time wasn't so good. Maybe he's fueled up enough for 2 flying laps, and as you say, maybe made a slight mistake and recovered some ERS for that second fly. But it certainly worked for Merckx, and it might mean that he saves a set of softs for the race.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, yeah, he probably will save a set. I should imagine now he's not going to come out till the end of the session on his next set. So yeah, that's an excellent lap, as you say, on slightly used tyres there for Merckx, and gives the other guy something to aim at.
Reshka on a lap then, just coming through sector 2, down the DRS straight towards the 6-7 chicane. Brings out right. And the number 95 currently sat in 10th place at the moment. See, Owen and Rockley haven't set any representative lap times. Through to turn 9 then for Reshka. He's 1.5 down on his time, so he's obviously abandoned this lap. Maybe we'll go for a second flyer. But not ideal to be abandoning your lap kind of that sort of late.
MDJ currently 3.5 tenths up on his best time, so he's looking to improve around the Merckx to Kuhn time. I'm not sure he's quite got that right. Oh, that was a bit of lag, sorry, actually. So he's still going well through the TPs. Yeah, he's looking like he could be potentially near pole position here. He comes around the final corner and does go provisional pole.
Yeah, 122.1 from the Williams. It's been a while since the Williams team have seen a pole position in their time in real life, so maybe MDJ can bring one to them. Meanwhile, Astute just coming through 9 in that Red Bull. What can he make of this lap through 10, 11, 12? And it's a really nice sequence of corners at 10, 11, 12, and then you're into this kind of like bit part off camber section of Sector 3. Quite possibly actually one of the trickier sections of the circuit.
No, definitely. I'm just watching, as you say, Astube now puts it into 8th place, and Rock Lee also there sneakily shoved his Ferrari into 4th place there. So a really good time there for Rock Lee, especially after not having a time set, or a representative time set. So really, it's only Owen now who hasn't put in a proper lap. I think he's currently on one right now as he comes into the back chicane. Maybe have to pick up a small bit of aerodynamic aid from the car that he's following at the moment, which I believe is a Haas. Maybe slightly too far behind. He's coming up to the second sector now. He's a mild 21.4 seconds up on his previous best, so definitely an improvement coming here from Owen barring any disasters. But yeah, as he comes out, that's a big slide there. A bit too much curb on the apex of the flat right-hander there, and it just drifted out wide through Latifi's where he lost it earlier. Through the penultimate corner now, and yeah, let's see what he can do. Obviously, he's going to be a massive improvement, and it's going to put him only in 10th. So yeah, I think Owen has still got more in there. Like I say, that big slide he had there in the third sector probably did cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite impressive actually, the time at the moment. Less than a second covers that top 11. So obviously Reshka the only man outside that 1 second area.
Yeah, the times are, as you say, quite impressively close. I think with Merckx doing that time on some older tyres, he's definitely, barring any incidents, he should improve and set the next marker for everyone to try and hit. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see now whether anyone else can really improve on what they've already done.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be... Yeah, I think everyone's going to be in sort of that sort of area, aren't they? Where now they're going to have to get new tyres now for the final stint. I think the only person that's out of sync is Reshka at the moment. Ghost has unfortunately left the session, which is not ideal. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in. But yeah, Reshka's the only one out of sync here, going for his third and final attempt now.
Oh. I don't know about you, Jordan. I have lots of people leaving sessions.
I've only seen Ghost
I have
leave.
lots of people leaving the session and a migrating host, so I don't quite know what's happened here.
I think, oh, yep, I'm migrating host here. I think we've had a bit of an issue with the lobbies. So, I'm sure we can try and find out what's going on. But that seems
This
like
is now the tricky bit, where we have to fill the time. So, yeah, any song requests or anything like that, put them in the chat and we'll do our best. But, yeah, a bit frustrating. This obviously happens from time to time, doesn't it? And, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they resolve this, because we were quite a long way then into qualifying. So, it'd be interesting to see what the decision is.
Yes, I mean, I'm gonna see if I can get back into the lobby, or whether it is a completely dead lobby here. No, there's no way of me getting back in. Let's see if we can. We'll see if we can get some information for you. Lee Bruce has quite happily said he'll sing some songs for you in the meantime.
I can't promise they're going to be of a high quality, but beggars can't be choosers and all that. So.
Yeah, we'll try and get some answers.
Yeah, it's looking like possibly about half the lobby have just been booted out. So, yeah, a bit frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. But yeah, hopefully we'll get this resolved quickly. Okay, interesting.
So, let's see if I can rejoin.
Yeah, so I'm still no longer available from my point of view for the lobby. Have we had any requests yet in the YouTube chat?
Nothing yet. We do have 10 people watching, so I am expecting.
This is a glorious chance for me to make a fool of myself.
So we're going to try and get back into short qualifying. And apparently, I've tried to join the session, and it said there's not anyone in there to spectate. So, are you spectating at the moment, Bruce? Are you actually in there?
No, I tried spectating, and it said that particular lobby was unavailable. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I'm
unsure.
getting.
Excuse me. So it does seem like, excuse me, it does seem like that qualifying did actually finish without us, and maybe a few people, but does look like we're going to be heading to the race with a manually set grid, from what I've seen. So fingers crossed this can get going pretty quick.
So apparently we are going to be restarting the lobby after qualifying. So unfortunately we're going to have to kind of wait until we get invited to that new session. So we're just finding out. I think Resha's going to send us the qualifying results so we can at least relate the grid order. But I mean, Bruce, talk about the race. Obviously, it's a 29 lap race. We know tyre wear is fairly high in terms of the drop off. I mean, what are we looking at strategy wise, do you think, in terms of the tyres and potential different strategies? Because this is one of those circuits where different strategies could come into effect.
Yeah, definitely. I think the game itself suggests a medium hard strat. Whether you run whichever one you run first, obviously, is entirely optional, and whatever preference to each particular driver. I think softs are highly unlikely unless we get a safety car late on, but the softs do seem to deg quite bad around this circuit. So yeah, I would expect the majority to start maybe mediums to hards or hards to mediums. I mean, from my own personal point of view, I'd normally go mediums first, just because it gives you a few more options. If there are any safety cars, with there being such a small grid this time, then perhaps you might see a few more, a bigger percentage of the grid start on the hards, due to the chance there might not be a safety car. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But I would be surprised to see the softs make a a standard appearance as such. I think you'll only see them if there's a safety car involved at some point during the race.
Yeah, we're getting one who's potentially was a PSN error, so there may be a chance we have to stop the stream and then restart it potentially because of this issue, but we shall see. We can't invite. We're going back into the session, so hopefully we'll get into the race. Well, I think Rushka's just left this lobby, so not sure what's going on. I think me and Bruce will restart our PlayStations, I think. Just to make sure, and we'll bring the stream back up very shortly once we're nearer to getting the lobby going, I think. So we will hopefully catch you very shortly.